ground after wheat. So last week we combined the wheat and we baled the straw, and just yesterday we finished moving all the bales off the field. So we got all the bales put away. This morning we hauled a little bit more manure in there to cover that ground, and now we're going in to try to see if we can plant some beans, soybeans.
But we did have some rain over the weekend. That was really awesome. We got like 6 tenths. So that was a game changer for the corn. And hopefully it got our barley beans out of the ground. We had planted the barley beans a week or two ago. I didn't show you any of that, but it was a crazy day also. And so I didn't grab the camera, but today is no different, because that seems like how days have been going lately. But my dad's trying to spray some corn. So the corn that we planted in the ground that we took all the barley off at home is getting about 6 inches tall or so, and it's time to spray that with our herbicide. So Dad is working at that, but came in for the second tank of spray material, and when we took the plug out of the pump to reprime the pump, because he ran it all the way down, the pump housing cracked. So we got to figure that out too. I think we have a game plan. I didn't tell you about this yet, but we are doing a sprayer project also. So we made a decision that we're going to do some updates on our sprayer. Our sprayer, you've seen it before in some videos, but it's an old, I think might have been like sort of homemade kind of job. We've been using it for a long time, and it was not new to us. So, but we're going to update that with new valving and flow control that is GPS monitored. So we will have a flow control readout in the cab of the tractor. So that'll be a really nice upgrade for us. But to do that, we decided we're going to update the booms, because the booms on the sprayer are rickety. They're manual booms. You have to open and close them yourself, and they're kind of all busted. So I saw this sprayer. This is a long story to get to the point, but I saw this sprayer listed online for sale, an old 3-point sprayer, 45-foot hydraulic booms, and they only wanted like, I don't know, it was listed for $1,900 bucks. I got it for $1,700 bucks. But I bought that thing, and we're doing a little bit of maintenance on the booms before we switch them over to the other sprayer. But that sprayer, of course, also had a pump on it. And so we're going to take the pump from that sprayer that I bought to use the booms on, and see if we can mount it on the sprayer that we're going to, on our pool type sprayer that we're trying to spray the corn with right now. We pulled everything off, and the only problem is that we need to get some different fittings. So Casey ran to get some fittings, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go in here, see if we can start planting, and then he's gonna come pick me up, and we'll see if we get that pump together. And we might have to finish planting tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Plant soybeans. It's hot. People always look at me a little bit funny when we're bringing this equipment down through town, but that's kind of the bummer about farming this ground in here, is it's kind of landlocked by the town of Mount Joy. So the only way to get to this ground is to come down through town. So we try to take some back roads, some bigger back roads that make it nice to move equipment, that's not too much traffic.
place, this big tractor and corn planter cruising down through the development. All right, they got the seed tender here for us. So we're gonna get this planter opened up and filled up, and then we'll hit the field. That thing unlocked if this wheel is not up high enough. Beans are uncoated, so this is an inoculant and also some graphite to lubricate the meters. Hey Rich. Hey, what about population for the wheat beans? Should we be higher? Oh, I'm already in the field. Should I just plant it what we were before? Yeah, okay. I mean, there's still like 2,500 pounds in the tender. started out here. We made 2 rounds, and Casey came to pick me up, so we're gonna run back, see if we can get the sprayer going for Dad. I'm not sure if this pump is gonna work or not, because I never tried it, but we'll see. All right, so far so good. We got that threaded on there. I just need to drill some holes here to mount this on, and we should be back in action. All right, let's see if it works. Well, it's pumping, but all right, well, it looks like that was an unsuccessful attempt at repair. We put this other pump on from the other sprayer, and this pump is leaking. It's not surprising. I don't know how long this pump has been sitting, but the main seal on the chemical fluid side is leaking. So we'll have to put a new seal on it if we want to use this pump. But I guess we got to get a new game plan together here. All right, we made some calls and we got some parts coming. I think my mom is gonna see if she can swing by and pick up those parts later today. And hopefully we can get that pump put back together and give it a shot tomorrow. So, but I'm headed back in here to the other farm, and we're gonna see if we can finish up planting these soybeans. We did put new batteries in the McCormick, so that's good. Fired right up for me. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Yesterday, Dad and Earl and Casey were in here working at cleaning up this tree. We had a huge tree that broke in half and fell down into our soybean field of the barley beans. It was already planted, so looks like they made some pretty good progress yesterday, but still a good bit of that thing to get out of the way. It's a pretty big tree. Back here to the tender to refill, and that probably will do us for the rest of the field. So we'll get it filled up, get back at it. hard to see the mark out there. You can kind of see it maybe on the camera, but yeah, with this wheat stubble in here, it makes it pretty hard to see the mark. All right, we're almost done. I got this little patch here, and then there's like an 1.5 acres, 2 acres down the road there, and we're finished up. All right, we're headed home, and the only planting we had yet to do, we have about 10 acres that we rented from the neighbors here yet. So I think they just took their weed off today, so we'll have a little bit of planting to do yet to get those acres planted, and then we'll be done. Well, the pump story continues. I just went to take this thing apart, and look at this. 1, 2, 3 of the 4 bolts are rusted fast. The head snapped off. The one in the blind hole came out fine, which was nice. So yeah, the other thing was we went to go pick up parts and they gave us the wrong order. So my mom got back here with the parts and they were not my parts. So it's not going quite as planned. We'll see if we can get this rest of the way apart. Maybe I can dig those bolts out till they get back with the right parts. The crazy thing is I don't even know if this is really the pump that we want. This was just supposed to be a quick fix because it's a pump that we had. And now we're like putting money into this pump. Yeah, we'll see. All right, well, we're making some progress. This is the one that was already out. We got one out already. These two guys, still working at. I got this one out by welding a nut on the top. Let's see if this isn't too hot here. I welded a nut on the end of it, but I can't quite get these to stick. This one had a little bit more sticking out, and I could get that welded on there and then just spun it out. But I think we're gonna let it soak for tonight and we'll give it a shot in the morning. All right, so I had last night to think about this, and the biggest problem with welding these nuts on is that it's just really hard to get the weld down in there before the weld starts filling up the hole. So I had an idea last night. I'm gonna try to weld these studs to a washer first, then maybe a bigger washer, and then put a nut on top of that. That way we don't have to weld down inside. So we'll give it a shot. Got it. There's the first washer welded on, second washer welded on. That gives a little bit bigger diameter for us to get our nut welded on, and the nut welded on. Well, that one didn't work. I just snapped it off. So okay, here's second attempt. I put a little different washer on the very bottom. See if we can grab a hold of what's left there still. So give it a shot. No go. It actually pushed the last of that bolt out. See that? That's the leftover of the old bolt there. All right, now we gotta go get the seals replaced in the pump. All right, so we got this half of the pump all cleaned up. And now, there's a seal down in there that we gotta get out and replace, and then we'll clean this side up, put it back together, but we gotta figure out how to get that seal out. So the only thing I can figure out about how to get that seal out is that we're gonna have to split this case and pull this housing off and push the seal out from the other side, because I don't know of any way to get it out otherwise. So that's what we're gonna do here. So there's a bearing in here and a retaining ring. It looks like if we take the retaining ring out, maybe we can slide the bearing and the shaft out, because obviously I was expecting that the shaft might have stayed with that, but no luck. Alright, there we go. Wish I would have had new seals for that while we had it apart, but that bearing still feels good, so I think we're okay. I'm a big fan of putting things back together with a little bit of never sees, because the next time you go to take it apart, you don't have to fight with it like we did on that pump housing. Checking my diagram here. There's a gasket that goes in there. I just wanted to make sure that was in the right spot, so I think that looks good. Because there's just a little bit of pitting around here, I'm just going to put a little bit of RTV on before I put that O-ring in.
what the master's finding this morning.
I think we're ready. I just put Hero back in
Did
here.
you see that rain we got? Man,
Yeah.
what a blessing. But you know what that means? As soon as I get done spraying this, I better get the side dressing.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
And
Okay, all back together. So I think we're ready to give it a shot. That one going, so we have our corn to spray. That's what we're working on trying to do, so hopefully we're back in action now. We'll see. All right, we got the planter all cleaned out. We're all finished up. We drained the tanks, pulled all the meters out, dumped everything out, and ready to put away for the year. That's it. Planning 2024. All right, well, there's the end of another long day. So not everything went quite as planned. Our quick fix on the sprayer pump turned into be a pump rebuild, but the good thing is that now the pump's rebuilt and we were gonna use this on the sprayer update anyway. So that's done. Soybean planting is done. Got the planter cleaned up, put away. So I think it was a success, even though it didn't quite go as planned. But let me just show you a little bit about our sprayer project. So we'll have more in videos to come on this sprayer project, but the pump that we used, that we robbed for the pool type sprayer, came off of this 3-point sprayer. We bought this 3-point sprayer basically just for the booms. So this has 45-foot hydraulic booms, and we're gonna put those booms, once we fix them up a little bit, on our pool type sprayer so that we just make an update to the booms there. Those booms are old and rickety. They're only 35 feet. So we're gaining a little bit of extra width. We get the hydraulic functionality, and that should be a big upgrade, along with new valving and flow control on the sprayer. So we're gonna have a much better precision on our flow rate, and that'll be my major upgrade. So that's all coming. We got some work to do on the booms of this sprayer. I thought maybe we would just drop them on, but of course, we have a little bit of updates to do and a little bit of repair to do on those. So we'll get those fixed up and put back together, and then we'll put on those sprayers. So we'll show you that more coming up soon. All right, see you guys.